Imagine a single flickering flame in the dark, slowly revealing an ancient manuscript. Welcome to this special explainer. Today, we're stepping into a sweeping journey to uncover the true essence of a civilization, the discovery of India. Let's dive right in.
What exactly is this country? What is India? It's a profound mystery. It's a question that has completely captivated travelers, scholars, and kings for literally centuries.
And the fascinating answer we find? Well, it's not actually just a country. It's an idea. It's this eternal, unbroken idea that has somehow survived, adapted, and absolutely thrived for over 5,000 years. It's an idea that just completely refuses to be boxed into a single definition.
Section 1. An eternal idea. The foundation.
Okay, so 5,000. That's the number of years we're traveling back in time today. To put that into perspective, 5 millennia ago, while a massive chunk of the world was still just covered in dense, untamed forests, the banks of the Indus River were already awakening to the dawn of human civilization.
And the urban organization of these ancient cities, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, it is just staggering. While other parts of the world were basically just grasping the bare basics of survival, the people here were literally walking on paved roads. They were engineering these incredibly sophisticated drainage systems, bustling markets, and they even had strictly established weights and measures. It was, without a doubt, a total marvel of civic engineering.
Now, when this was uncovered, it completely stunned the modern world. Actually, archaeologist Sir John Marshall hit the nail on the head in 1921 when he said, "Civilization here is earlier than Mesopotamia." When these ruins were finally excavated, it totally reshaped our entire understanding of ancient history. Suddenly, we realized this was one of the grandest, most highly organized societies on the entire planet at that time.
But the very beginning of the Indian idea starts with the really captivating, totally unsolved mystery, the Indus script. This is a writing system from that exact era, stamped right onto clay seals, that remains completely unread today. No one has cracked it. So we can look at their perfectly laid out streets, but we still have absolutely no idea what their words actually say.
Section 2. The Golden Age of Knowledge. Nalanda University.
So I want you to imagine the world's very first residential university. Long before Oxford or Cambridge were even a thought, the red brick walls of Nalanda were rising up in Bihar. And this wasn't just some local school. It was this unbroken lamp of knowledge that was drawing in the absolute greatest minds of the era.
The sheer scale of this place is just, wow, 10,000. That is the number of scholars and students who were living and learning together there. And they weren't just locals either. These were passionate seekers of knowledge traveling from incredibly vast distances. We're talking China, Korea, Persia, all converging right on this one extraordinary campus.
And what exactly were they studying? Well, the intellectual diversity was amazing. They were mastering mathematics, looking out to the stars with astronomy, healing people with medicine, and debating the absolute deepest questions of human existence through philosophy. It was a true global hub of intellectual pursuit.
The impact of Nalanda is perfectly summed up by Xuanzang. He was a 7th century Chinese traveler who actually came seeking Buddhist texts. He wrote, "The scholars here are amazing. The knowledge here is limitless." He was just completely overwhelmed by the profound, boundless wisdom he witnessed burning so brightly in those halls.
Section 3. Defeat and Victory. The Kalinga War.
Now we have to talk about the Kalinga War. This was a completely brutal military conquest led by Emperor Ashoka back in 261 BC. And the devastation? It was absolute. As our source material starkly points out, millions died. The rivers literally turned red with blood. It was just this horrific battlefield of broken weapons and absolute silence.
But the crucial point here is what happens next. So Emperor Ashoka actually wins this brutal war. But as he's standing there, right amidst the carnage, wearing his golden armor, the broken king drops his sword in tears. He surrenders his weapons forever, and he adopts Buddhism. He was the king who somehow found defeat in his own victory. And in doing so, he really discovered India's true soul of nonviolence.
And he took this newfound realization and inscribed it across the land in the everyday language of the common people. He stated, simply but so powerfully, "All men are my children." And it's exactly this profound legacy of peace and duty that ultimately gave us the Ashoka Chakra. The very wheel that proudly sits right at the center of India's flag today.
Section 4. In the Eyes of the World. Calicut, 1498.
You have to think about the incredible contrast here. Vasco da Gama sailed across these incredibly treacherous oceans in 1498, and he was seeking one thing: spices. But what he actually found when he finally stepped off his ship was Calicut, a vibrant, incredibly diverse port, just buzzing with Arab, Chinese, and African merchants. He literally stumbled into one of the world's largest, most thriving economies. It really proves that throughout history, the world was continuously seeking out India, and every single time, they were completely amazed by what they found.
Section 5. A flowing river culture. Ahmednagar Fort.
Okay, picture this scene. The year is 1944. We're at the Ahmednagar Fort. Jawaharlal Nehru is imprisoned there during the fierce freedom struggle. Outside those walls, the world is quite literally burning, with a world war and an intense fight for independence. But inside, an aging, tired, yet fiercely determined Nehru is sitting by candlelight. He's looking out a tiny window, and he manages to write a monumental book, The Discovery of India, in just 5 short months.
From that tiny prison cell, he penned these exact words: India is an ancient culture, a civilization that has developed through the ages. You see, his great realization, the one that was pouring onto those handwritten pages, was that India is not defined by just one single religion or one language or one caste. It's like a flowing river, constantly joined by thousands of diverse streams, all coming together as one.
And the beautiful truth here is that the discovery of this idea, it's continuous. Literally, every generation rediscovers it in entirely new, profound ways across time. I mean, it was found in the ancient texts of the Vedas, in the peaceful teachings of the Buddha, in the incredibly poetic couplets of Kabir, and, of course, in the quiet, earth-shaking footsteps of Gandhi's Salt March.
So, what does this all mean for us? What should you take away from all this? Well, the source material leaves us with this really beautiful directive. To truly find this country, you don't just go out and dig up excavated ruins or read dusty old books. You look right into the wise eyes of an elder. You listen to the pure, unburdened laughter of a child. You sit quietly by the banks of a flowing river. The true essence of this eternal idea lives and breathes right now, right today, in its living people.
A civilization that began with an unread script and then flowed through millennia of scholars, kings, and revolutionaries is literally still being explored today. So I'm going to leave you with this one thought to reflect deeply upon.